In the dense, remote woods of northern Maine stood an old, decrepit cabin known to locals as Cold Creek Cabin. For decades, the cabin had been a place of fear and intrigue, its history marred by unexplained disappearances and strange occurrences. Local lore spoke of a malevolent presence that lingered within its walls, a spirit angered by the tragic events that transpired there years ago. The story begins with Sarah and Tom, an adventurous couple from Boston who had heard about the cabin and its dark past. Intrigued by the tales, they decided to spend a weekend there, hoping to debunk the myths and enjoy a peaceful retreat. They arrived on a crisp October evening, the forest already cloaked in shadows as the sun dipped below the horizon. The first night was uneventful, though the eerie silence of the forest was unsettling. The cabin was rustic and sparsely furnished, with only the bare necessities for survival. As they settled in, Tom built a fire while Sarah explored the small structure, finding old photographs and letters that hinted at the lives of those who once lived there. As the night deepened, Sarah began to feel a chill that seemed to seep from the very walls of the cabin. Despite the roaring fire, the air grew colder, and an oppressive sense of dread settled over her. She brushed it off as nerves and fatigue, but sleep eluded her. Tom, on the other hand, seemed unaffected and soon drifted off. Around midnight, Sarah was jolted awake by a loud crash. Heart pounding, she grabbed a flashlight and cautiously stepped into the main room. There, she found the fireplace tools scattered across the floor, though neither she nor Tom had moved them. The air was icy, and she could see her breath in the beam of the flashlight. A soft, almost imperceptible whisper echoed through the room, sending shivers down her spine. She spun around, but there was no one there. The whispers grew louder, forming words she couldn't quite make out. Panic set in as she rushed back to the bedroom to wake Tom, but he was gone. The bed was empty, the sheets cold and undisturbed. Frantic, Sarah searched the cabin, calling out for Tom. Her flashlight flickered, then died, plunging her into darkness. The whispers turned into a low, menacing growl, and she felt a presence behind her. She turned slowly, her heart racing, to see a shadowy figure standing in the doorway. It was tall and vaguely human, but its eyes glowed with an unnatural light. The figure moved closer, and Sarah stumbled backward, tripping over the scattered tools. She scrambled to her feet and fled into the forest, not stopping until she reached a neighboring cabin. There, she pounded on the door until a groggy old man answered. Between sobs, she explained what had happened. The old man's face grew grim as he listened. He told her about the cabin's history. A family had lived there years ago, but the father had gone mad and killed his wife and children before taking his own life. Since then, the cabin had been haunted by his vengeful spirit, seeking retribution on anyone who dared enter. The police conducted a search the next day, but Tom was never found. The cabin was abandoned, left to rot in the woods, a chilling reminder of the horrors that took place there. To this day, locals avoid Cold Creek Cabin, warning travelers of the malevolent force that still lurks within its walls, waiting for its next victim.